Hey, good morning guys, 22nd of May, my name is Mark and this is Crypto Collective bringing you an update. So apologies for the lack of updates over the last few days, and the main reason for that is obviously this is an education site where we look to bring you the best information possible, but at the same point we are also managing our own portfolios, and during this last couple of days you can appreciate that our time has been spent rebalancing, exiting, sitting on the sidelines waiting for those next opportunities. So we do apologize for not bringing you any content over the last couple of days. However, let's take a look at what we focused on previously and how that could potentially benefit you in the next coming either bull run or what we're likely to see from the market. Well, Bitcoin dominance, as you can see, we highlighted the 39 area as a key level for potential Bitcoin to start to have some emergence and basically preference over altcoins, and them starting to regain more of the total market cap. Now you can see that the market came down, tested the key area, and we are seeing Bitcoin rally in terms of the dominance chart. But what does this mean? In the current market, what we're seeing altcoins are getting hit harder than Bitcoin. And the latest news coming out that's negative in the crypto space is about China, and they're not happy with the way that their digital currency is performing, and they've now decided to crack down even harder on mining. So what's this mean? Well, this isn't the first time that China have said this, and it's not the first time that bad news has come out, and it's usually probably a catalyst of where the next bull run's going to come from. But you know, if you're not the type of trader that's going to try and catch the bottom, then you need to wait for the market to show sentiment. So let's take a look at Bitcoin, see what it's done, and how you could potentially look for some opportunities. So I'm going to go to the daily chart, going to zoom out, and you can see, you know, look, realistically 42 was a significant area we were watching. If price broke through that, then look, the next key sort of support area for the market to come into was this zone down here, and you can see the price, once we broke this key support area that we highlighted of 42, it literally came down to the pip, to the price at $30,000. You know, realistically, if I'm honest, it went a lot further than I thought it was going to go, but it did do that. We then saw an immediate dead cat bounce up to 42,000, and then it's rotated over, and we're now forming a minor support level here at around 36.5, and you can see this because this is where the daily candle closed, and then we had a rally, and then we've pulled back down and we're testing that area. So if we drop down to a smaller time frame, you'll start to see that minor support level being formed. So looking forward, how do we take advantage of this? Well, essentially, those that didn't catch the dead cat bounce down at 30,000 because they didn't have limit orders set down here, and who would, unless you're that type of person that is an aggressive trader and you're happy to basically hold on for dear life if the market was to continue down through 30,000. If you're the type of trader that likes to look for a little bit more confluence and confidence in the market by showing a shift in sentiment, then the next logical step would be wait for the market to break through this high here, and then look for that first higher low, and all that's going to do is add confidence to your decision making process. So that would be the most confluent and strategic based technical decision. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive, then you can look at this area here, and you can see we're forming a mini double bottom. Let me just remove the pivots because they're just creating noise for those of you that don't understand what pivots are. You can see prices pushed from this area here, created a high, we've rejected, and we've come back down. So we are forming a smaller double bottom in this area. If we go down to the hourly, you'll see it's a little bit more clear, and in this instance all you look for is something very, very similar, which is a new high, so price to break through that 38,000. Then you're going to look for price to pull back into that area, scale out at 42,000 in case the market decides to have another decline back down towards the 36. So we're going to look for a break of 38,000, look for a higher low, and push on in towards 42,000. Now if we do break through 42,000, then I do believe that the altcoin area is going to be a fantastic area to be looking at investing in. You know, some of the prices now we really didn't expect we were going to see. And just look across the right hand side, you have a sea of red, and there's some fantastic coins in here to be getting involved in that have been extremely battered, and you've got prices that you probably didn't think you were going to see. So even things like Matic has been on fire. The fundamentals for this coin are fantastic, and we've seen a decline of around 57%, I think, from highs to current price. So we're now at 48%, but it did go as low as 62%. So you can see we've got some fantastic opportunities to be getting involved in some of these markets. This one we can trade slightly differently. You can see you've got a we've got a counter trend line, which is, in theory, you're just looking at the correction of this move, and we're just connecting those highs, and all we're going to wait for is that momentum break above. So you can start setting buy stops somewhere in these areas, and the more you drop down the time frames, you can start to see, right, okay, well, where would we like to see this market move? And look at where we currently sit, and move from, let's say price breaks through and you're using 1.5 to get back to the previous highs, you're talking 80% gain. So there's some superb gains on these charts. Cake is another one of our favorites that we like. You can see here price, I mean, look at this, it's opportunity is, price has come down to test key level 13.5. We want to potentially see, are we going to get any kind of rejection? Look at this, we've got test once, twice, 3 times, double bottom in play, wait for a break of the high, look for a retest, and then boom, we can go on and look for those highs. If we are long-term believers in some of these markets, then fantastic. If we were to trade from the double bottom neckline, we've got 106% gain up to this structure point here, and if we wanted to go all the way up to previous highs, we can extend that even further, and we're talking from double bottom all the way up to all-time highs of 155%. So Cake, there's some fantastic gains looking for this. Another one that we like long-term perspectives is VeChain. Again, if we look at this potential double bottom area, we've got 125% gains up to the highs. What else do we like? We like now Sol. This shows you how well this market has been performing. Sol had a huge sell-off on the day, which took us down around 55%. We're currently sitting at 38% down. So we look at that. In order to get back to current highs, we're talking good old 70 or around 65% gain to the highs. Fantastic opportunities, but with this market, the technical chart is looking a little bit congested, and we're not being able to find some clear entries on those smaller time frames, unlike the 2 previous markets I did show you. What else are we looking at? So BNB, a fantastic long-term perspective coin here that is offering great value at these current prices. Now, I think if price could have come even lower down to this support level, that would have been fantastic, but we can see price rejected these highs here. We've seen multiple tests. Now it's a matter of breaking down the time frames, looking for that rejection. Now this is obviously, we've got a very clear bigger double bottom, but we're talking, if price to break through here, it's going to be about 420, which is 120 points higher from current price. So I'd be looking to see if there's a mini little double bottom again that we can see in here, and I'm just going to drop down so you can see that on the hourly, and here we go, boom. We're looking at this one here, so break through that sort of 330 area, we're looking for a new high, price to retest, and then we should see, hopefully, as momentum comes back into the market, price rally through those areas. So I've given you a few charts there to look at, and rather than trying to catch the bottom, what we've highlighted is we're looking for that shift in sentiment where price has hopefully formed a base level now. If it hasn't, then if we are going to see further downside, we're not going to be caught with our tail between our legs wishing we weren't in a market, because we've waited for sentiment to change by creating new highs. So hopefully that information on how to look at changes of cyclical patterns on lower time frames can help you make an educated decision which markets you want to get into going forward. Right, that's it from us today here at Crypto Collective. Please remember, we are not financial advisors. We are just a team of crypto enthusiasts that are here to help you make informative decisions by looking at the technicals, and in the future we will be handing out and sending out some really good fundamental information. If you're interested in the fundamentals that we're going to bring out, they'll be released in either PDFs or video format. Drop us a comment in the section below and we'll make sure to give you as much information regarding our latest updates. On another note, please make sure you hit like, share and subscribe. This means all videos will be sent direct to your inbox without having to look for them. Have a great weekend, traders, and we will see you shortly.